I'm gonna change my shirt because I got a little ingrown hair. Oh, we're live now.
We're going live right now.
Okay. Well, I was gonna change my shirt because I got a little ingrown hair thing going, but that's all right. Whatever.
Well,
Let's go with this.
I
Go ahead and
I know
change
it's a
it. We'll cover-
California thing.
we'll cover
It's a
it for you,
California
man.
thing.
It's a California thing. I know. That's all right.
You
That's all right.
you just have to undo that top button. You know, can
All
you
right.
can you step away from your
Watch
Californian
this though.
heritage?
Watch this though.
Yeah. Top button.
Oh, who's that guy?
That's Scott Gottlieb.
No, I thought he was in that that Western film, you know, The Dirty Dozen or something. Zinger.
Raven.
Hi, Malone.
What's
Hi,
up?
Malone. How are you?
Hey, Breestone. How are you?
Oh, it's Memorial Day. That's what you titled it.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
it's in memoriam to our
Yes.
fallen soldiers.
Yeah, I had. I know that's quite an American thing, but I had a past family member who died in the First War.
The First World War?
I believe so. Yes.
Wow.
No. Yeah. It was my
Didn't,
grandfather's father.
Okay. Yeah, well, the First World War didn't America and Australia really team up for that shit? Like,
Yeah, the First World War. I'm not huge on
Right?
our
thought so.
participation, but definitely the Second World War. Yeah.
yeah, I thought so. Like, and then they would all wear their fucking, the Outback
So-
hats.
Slouch. That's called a slouch.
Yeah, that one. And then they had their long rifles and their funny hats. Oh, sorry, that was New Zealand. That was New Zealanders.
Yeah.
That was-
Hats with an A. Hats.
That was Kiwi-ish, right?
Yeah.
Hats.
Yeah. Was the fish and chops?
Propped up on the side there.
Yeah.
So are we actually doing a show right now, or is this what's
Yeah, we're talking
Oh.
about hats.
talking about hats?
Hats.
What kind of hat you wear on your head?
Like one that's got the flipped up side there. Hats.
Like the Outback
Slouch.
fucking when you got the whole like khaki combo with the fucking
Yeah,
that kind of situation.
yeah.
It's so when you're shearing sheep that your hat doesn't come off.
Was it you that was telling me that shearing sheep is actually like a very like it's almost like a Paul Bunyan-esque type legendary thing for this one dude, and it's like actually a very difficult situation.
Jackie Howe.
Jackie motherfucking Howe.
Oh, yeah,
the
the
goddamn
Jackie
Paul
Howe.
Bunyan of fucking Australia.
And
Jackie
damn
Howe.
the Jackie Howe.
Cheers, bro. Cheers,
Cheers.
Jackie Howe.
Jackie Howe. To Jackie Howe, goddammit.
Well, we were saying that show that we had Mr. Batman on, and Batman wears the singlet, which I call a singlet. What do you guys call it?
Wife beater. Called a wife
Baby
beater,
shaker.
goddammit.
It's called a baby shaker.
Baby shaker.
And-
Get out of here with that. That's ridiculous.
And my grandfather called them Jackie Howes, and Chuck was like, "What are you talking about?" And I had to explain the historical story, the historical man that is Jackie Howe, who holds a pretty serious record for shearing sheep.
It's quite serious.
Very serious. Yeah.
Quite fucking serious.
Yep.
I just sheared 10 sheep. Right
Well,
there.
okay, so check this out. This is, I mean, I don't know why the fuck this is happening right now, but can you explain to me? Okay, so this was obviously, if it's some sort of like story of legend, and this guy is such a mythical fucking awesome dude, like this had to be before like you could just plug in some shearers or some like buzzers and be like, was this motherfucker using like scissors and like holding a sheep like this and fucking?
Let's look, because I need to.
Oh, what the fuck? You don't even know your own goddamn history of your fucking country?
Oh, it was only 1861 that he was born.
So I'm assuming you didn't have the automatic shearers.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what I
he
like
died
to
in the
call,
20s.
They were foot pedal powered, I'm sure.
Oh, like
Like the old. What's up, Neckmod Mike? What's up, Texas Cloud?
so he would put
Well,
a
I
giant
like to
sheep
call
in his lap.
Ears, right, or tank tops, if you will. I actually like to call them redneck turtlenecks. Just
Redneck
that's, because that's as
No.
close to a turtleneck as we're gonna get around here. You know.
It doesn't say,
here.
but no, but let me tell you this. He's shore, the past tense, so shearing.
Oh.
Shore.
I'm aware of the nomenclature. Okay, don't talk down to me, Adam.
No, the shore is where you put your boat. 321 sheep in 7 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow, you gotta think of the logistics on that. That's pretty fucking impressive.
He also then set the weekly record, shearing 1,437 sheep in 44 hours.
I can understand why he's the Paul Bunyan of fucking Australia. And that's actually probably not a thing. I think I just kind of made that up, but I think it should be a thing. And you should have like rest stops in Australia with big statues of fucking Jackie Howe. What's his name?
Jackie Howe.
Jackie Howe.
He's from my home state. That's
Did
Queensland.
he have a big blue sheepdog?
Sure.
Sure. Wait, was
Why not? Yeah, fuck
was
it.
that sure or was that sure? Like he sure them?
Sure.
Yes, I was speaking Mandarin. Sure.
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 Come on, Mike, Raven Shadow, my dear. James motherfucking Franklin for the second time today. How you doing, brother? Rudy Flores. And Vape Malone. I know him. We're friends in real life. Hi. How you doing?
How's things?
I know that everyone knows that your name is Kevin, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think many people do.
I don't have.
Oh, sorry about
It's
that.
not that way. It's not that way on my Facebook or my Instagram anymore. So
Oh, no.
Yeah,
it used to be on both of them, but
because when I say the K word, it just feels wrong. You know,
Would the chat like to have
kinda-
Kevin's address as well? Because I can deliver that.
fucking.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Addy Tooney, my man. Patrick King, my other man. I got a lot of men in my life. I am, as Adam likes to refer to me, a slut bucket.
I'm surprised there's this many people in here on Memorial Day.
Well, you guys have a holiday, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
And it's the evening there now.
yeah, but
ish.
most people are grilling and hanging out with folks and stuff.
Yeah, today, Memorial Day here in the United States, it's a lot of I don't want to say ceremonies, but like a lot of like in small towns and stuff, they'll have parades and you have the Shriners come out and you'll have the VFW and stuff like that, and they'll do parades or they'll do if you have like a military cemetery in your town, they'll have
Yep.
stuff going there, because today is about, like I said earlier in the stream, today is about memorial. You know what I mean? It's about having memory for the people that didn't come home. That's why there's two separate ones. You have Memorial Day and you have Veterans Day. Veterans Day is for, like if somebody wants to say to me, hey, thank you for your service. Yeah, that's what Veterans Day is for. Memorial Day is more to just reflect and look back on, the people that gave the highest sacrifice for freedom.
When is Veterans Day? Just as a question.
Well said, Chuck.
Veterans Day? I think it's in November, isn't it?
Veterans?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Is it not?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
I don't. What day is Christmas even? I don't know.
Now you're just being an asshole, Kevin.
Tuesday? Fuck, I don't know. Fucking Tuesday. Yeah. I'll Google it right now. Hold on.
Shane Beekman, what's up, brother?
Okay, Veteran.
Also, I haven't never asked him. But,
Monday,
isn't
November 11th.
Yeah,
But Vandal also served, didn't he?
yeah, we're both veterans of the Army. We actually had I was quite a bit later than him, but we had the same MOS, which is basically like your job. They give each job like a number designation because, hey, the government. When I was there, when I was at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and then later in Aberdeen in Maryland, I was a 52 Delta, which was power generator equipment repair. And then I think when he went in, he was I can never remember what his designation was, but it was kind of the same thing. Basically like an electrician / guy that changes circuit breakers / guy that carries boxes of stuff.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
box of stuff carrier? That's the official title, or?
Yeah, it's part of it. It's in the resume. It's highly prevalent in the resume. Top
Okay.
3 or 4 in the resume.
Okay. Okay.
Sir box
I'm not
carrier.
belittling this or downplaying this position in any way. I was just wondering if that's like
Oh no. No, of
the
course not.
specific terms that
I am because I was that, so I kind of can because
well, you're allowed to.
we weren't rangers or anything, you know.
Yeah, well,
Mr. DJ LSB was also serving. He served in his
Daniel
country, is that
was
right?
in the Navy, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
yeah.
He did, he did something kind of similar too. I think he was in the he did some sort of like air conditioning, ventilation, something or other in the Navy, which is kind of similar to what I did in the Army.
My grandfather was in the Australian Navy. He was a chief petty officer, but I believe he called himself a cook. He was a cook.
You know what's funny is my whole family was all in the Navy. I mean, my grandparents, or not my grandparents, my grandfather, my great uncles, my dad. My grandfather was in the Korean War. My dad was in the Vietnam War. And so I have a very like Navy heavy fucking family. And I literally cannot get on like a canoe on a fucking glass lake without throwing up all over myself. So there was just no chance of that. So I was like, I guess I'll join the Army.
Yeah, right. Daniel was saying he was in the Portuguese Navy communications, and he assembled air systems in trains before he joined the Navy.
There we go.
Yeah.
I knew I heard him say something about fucking air systems or some shit.
well,
Hey, Raven. Oh, sorry.
World War II and Korean War. Yeah. Oh, I was talking about the same thing you were. So go ahead.
Nice.
Yeah. My grandfather was he joined the Navy just after the Korean War, so he didn't serve there, but he patrolled. Did they call it Malaya in those days? Those waters around there, Malaya.
Malaysia?
No, Malaya.
Malaya? I don't know where that is.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the globe sometimes.
Geography is not my specialty.
It is sometimes, like I said.
If it's in the Vegas metro area, locked.
I apologize for my phone's outburst. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, my family. Guess what? Nobody in the Army, Navy, whatever,
Never?
military that I know of.
Yeah.
The only thing is, nope.
No, probably further back. Maybe somebody you don't know, because I mean, with the draft and everything, and
I'm sure there was somebody along the line, but I don't know anybody.
But I mean, it's not like it's some bad thing if they weren't. I mean, yeah.
No, but it's just weird, you know, because
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, it's weird. It is.
So,
Can I ask
Daniel?
about how you both feel about nations that have what do you call it? Like they put their it's compulsory to serve in
Like Israel, where if you have to serve 3 years as a man or 2 years as a woman.
Yep, or Italy.
It's an interesting concept. I mean, I'm not actually I'm not against it at all, really. I mean, as much as after I got out of the military, I was a real mess. That was my own doing, because of the way that I was discharged from the military was very difficult for me to handle and to process, because when I went in at 18 years old. I graduated high school 2 years early. I got thrown out of high school a few years early, and I took a test that gave me my high school proficiency exam.
Yeah.
And when I was 18, the recruiter called me. It was like 4 days after my 18th birthday, and I went down and I took the ASVAB, which is the test that basically places you or whatever. And I talked to my dad, and he was like, "Well, what the fuck are you doing here?" I'm like, "Nothing, I guess." I was honestly, I was selling drugs. You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing? Fuck it. Let's go give this a try. And the first week or so, I mean, just like anybody will say, the first week you're there is rough. It's not fun, especially for someone like me that was very defiant and very assholey. It's hard to have somebody fucking scream in your face a lot. But it got to the point after, you get through basic, and, you start to form relationships with these people, and you start to kind of believe in the whole idea of military service and what it means to the country, what it means to those around you, especially when you're there, because you form bonds in that situation that aren't you're not going to see that anywhere else, I don't think, personally.
Yeah.
But then I got hurt. and I was told that, you know, I wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. And I had bought in at that point, and I was like, man, this is what I'm going to do. That's what I was, and it was devastating, you know. So when I got home, I went right back to what I was doing, and we talked about this on Fresh's Veterans Day stream or whatever it was. You know, I was homeless, I was a drug addict, I was a drug dealer, I was a dirtbag, man, you know, and that was because of me, not because of the military, but I blamed it on that for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hard situation, but but I would never do I wouldn't give it away. Like I'm happy that I did it, because the best parts of me now are things that I learned there.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Please excuse me. What's the acronym for? Is it post-traumatic PTSD? Is that what it is? Post-traumatic
PTSD?
stress disorder.
Yeah.
So my grandfather obviously wasn't in warfare, so to speak, but I would always. Yeah. But when I would talk to my grandfather about his service, he talked about the people, and he talked about, you know, the stuff that happened. But as far as like actually maneuvers and, you know, stuff that a kid is interested in, I guess, because they don't really grasp the concept of what war is for. But he would never talk about any of that. And you know, that there was a lot of you could tell anguish, anger, broken, you know, like that whole situation. But my grandfather, exactly like you say, Chuck, you know, he talks about those relationships and how he learned a lot of things, and you know, how he was as a man, you know, or a human, I should say.
That was especially the case. I'm not going to try and diminish what that was, but especially the case for people like my dad, who went to Vietnam, which was a very unpopular war.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, you look at it today and you see the love and the fucking support that the military gets, and people come home and there's videos of people cheering and fucking and crying and just so excited. When my dad came home in 1968, he was fucking spit on for being a baby killer, because that's what they would call him.
Well, some of them did do that. That's why they call them that. So, I mean, to be honest, some of them did do that. That's why.
No. Yeah, I mean, that's war, though. I mean, that's happened in every war.
You know, one person's fucking indecency doesn't, you know, it shouldn't charge all of them with that.
No.
At all.
And it wasn't necessary. I mean, because you got to understand, there's horrible fucking things that happen in war. Every war. War yesterday, war 100 years ago, war 1,000 years ago. There's horrible fucking things that happen, and they happen in the heat of the moment. Sometimes it's a thing like that. Sometimes there's just bad fucking people. And there's a lot of people that I met in the Army that were bad people. They joined the Army because they wanted to fucking shoot somebody. Okay? There's those people too. But the fact is, the number of people that are there to serve their country and to fucking do something positive far out. I mean, it's not even a percentage that you can fucking put on it. You know what I mean?
You know what? If I could interject, since we're on the topic of Vietnam War, you know, and the fact of it being unpopular, right? Like I'm not a war person, right? I'm not into that shit. I think it's fucked up to go into like, you know, like I'm talking about older shit, but anyways, I don't really believe in war. I think there's better ways you could handle things, but anyways,
not everyone smokes weed, man.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately,
yeah,
very unfortunate. But anyways, so the Vietnam War, very unpopular war, right? Nobody wanted that shit to happen. Everybody was like, man, fuck them. Let them fight their own thing, right?
Exactly.
But you know what? When I was working at the call center, I went to San Diego, right? And I met this guy. His name was Viet, right? And he was Vietnamese.
Very common name.
Yeah, he was this older guy, and we had this event, right, where we would do it every year in the call center, but it would be like pick a country and learn about its history, and then you do a presentation on it, right? Well, Viet, obviously, he was part of a team and he wanted to do Vietnam. And
So was he not originally from there?
this is what I was getting to.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
His story, like when he opened up, we had no idea. Like we knew he spoke like French and Vietnamese like fluently.
Mhm.
We knew that he was from there, but we didn't know what the circumstances were.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, this dude was he was a South Vietnamese in Vietnam during the Vietnam War
Wow.
as a young man, and he fought in the military on the South Vietnamese side. And dude, I swear, bro, shit brought tears to my eyes at the end of his speech that he was talking about it. Like he was like, he was so proud. And this, and like a couple months later, he finally got his citizenship. But he was like becoming a citizen and doing it the right way, right?
Which takes a long time.
Right, but you know what? Fuck it. He that's how he wanted to do it, and
That's
he
awesome.
wanted to be legit, and he just was like praising, like the Americans for coming in and helping out and doing what they did. Like he was all about it.
That's what I was going to ask you, because maybe some people don't know. Yeah, maybe some people don't know. South Vietnam was the people we were fighting with. They were on our side, and we were fighting against the North Vietnamese in the Vietnam War. So I was going to ask you, what was his perception of the GIs in country at that time? But you said that he was very,
it was their saving grace, because like it was their backup essentially. They didn't have the numbers to fight the communists, and ultimately lost. But that's there's a lot of circumstances for why that happened.
Absolutely.
I don't think it was just numbers. It was just that was their land, and we didn't know it well enough, and there wasn't enough South Vietnamese there to
and the North Vietnamese employed a lot of strategies that were I don't want to say foreign to us, but I mean they kind of were. They were very adept at fighting in those terrains. They did a lot of fucking really ingenious things in order to sustain that war as long as it was. There was not. I mean, if you look at it on paper, there should be no reason why we shouldn't have just gone in there, whooped some ass, and got the fuck out. But the fact is, the North Vietnamese were very fucking ingenious people and a very hard fighting people that believed in what they were fighting for. I'm not praising the North Vietnamese, but I'm just saying, like Adam said, my dad, when he, whenever this subject comes up about the Vietnam War, even with me, who I have some experience in the military, right? Even with me, he won't get into things, and that's when you know that you're talking to somebody that has actually lived through some situations in that space where they're not blowhards. They're not wanting to fucking toot their own shit, because it's not something to be, I don't want to say the word proud. It's not something to be boisterous about. It's something that you have to live with.
Yeah, man.
So,
but it was really cool to get a different perspective on that, and see like, he was like so appreciative, and like there was like,
awesome.
Dude, straight up, bro, this is how this fool was. Like somebody had done, he had done a country, and like they printed out the flag on paper, right? It wasn't anything special, but at the end they threw it in the recycling bin. This guy was like, no. He went and grabbed the flags out of there and like folded them up and did something with them. But he was like, you don't do that.
That's a level of respect that
you don't throw the flag away of anybody's country.
Exactly.
You don't do that. I was like, dude, man, this guy is like, like for countries that he's never been to, he doesn't even know anything about. He was like, it's a respect thing.
Exactly. I want to read what Daniel just wrote, because it's absolutely fucking correct. There's some things you do in certain wars or missions, some things you see, and some things you are forced to do and face that you will never want to talk about anymore. That's a fact. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that stuff. And then again, there's also, like Vandal said higher up in the chat, I took a mental note of it, is that because Vandal, he was in the Middle East, he saw some shit. But the fact is, what he said is what he thinks about when he was there is the bonds that he formed with his brothers and sisters, the people that he will forever have that connection with that nobody else can touch, you know? So there's two sides to that. You know, you have something extremely special with this group of people, and it's something that most people will just never understand because they're not, even if you tried to explain it, you couldn't.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of that story. Is Viet was an awesome dude, still is, but
Sounds like it.
I haven't talked to him in a really long time. But yeah, it was just I thought it was really cool to get a different perspective on it because I knew my buddy's dad, one of my really good friends' dad. He was in Vietnam, and he rode. He did river patrol, bro.
Ooh,
So
like Apocalypse Now
anybody
status?
in the military knows about Vietnam and the river patrol guys, dude, you're just a target nonstop. And that guy made it.
My dad was the engine mechanic on the riverboats.
Fuck that.
But he was also
That's just as bad, dude.
yeah, exactly right. But he was also
anything doing with those boats on those rivers, dude.
but he was on the boat. Check this out though. He was very popular though. Right? But he was very popular though. You know, he's got a couple of fucking holes in his back. No bullshit. You know, he's got some wounds. But the fact is, he was the most popular motherfucker on those rivers because the boat that he ran was the boat that delivered the steaks and the beer.
That would have been the most protected boat in the
Right? Everywhere he went, everybody was like, yeah! You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got to have those moments of fucking levity in those very serious situations. And that he was because my dad got in 1963, so he was there at the very beginning of the conflict. So you know, towards the end of it is when he got that post, and you know, he's got some good fun stories about being the guy that shows up, you know, to a camp in the middle of fucking God knows where with 15 cases of fucking Pabst and everybody just losing their minds, stoked as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not all bad.
I
Man.
think wasn't Vietnam was like it holds the record for like I don't know what the term is. I forget the term right now, but it's like longest like in like on patrol or what is it? There's a word for it, isn't it?
Conflict on foreign soil.
Like, or you know, like at the amount of time that you spend, you know,
In country?
in
rotations?
combat, like on mission.
Yeah, your rotations in and out of country.
Rotations. Like that's wasn't it like they held the record for longest time? So like
I think so. I think so. My dad, he was there from 63 to 68.
Wow.
Right? That's I mean,
yeah.
Vandal knows. I mean, I don't know how long his rotations were in the Middle East, but not that long. I guarantee it.
But yeah, like they wouldn't be able to go get any R&R for like days, like.
No.
Oh
no, God, no, not on the boats like that either. Not on the rivers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, those river fucking passages are so long and so intricate that you know they start here, you know, wherever the base is. What's the one he always fucking talks about? I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, and it would take 6 days to get to where they were going. Drop off the beer, probably hang out a little while. 6 days back, you know, and then do it again a couple of times, and then you get 4 or 5 days off.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, man. 13 months, yeah. See, Vandal, 13 months in country. My dad did not leave Southeast Asia for a couple of years at a time. There are three and a half years at a time.
Vandal keeps saying that I look bored. I'm not bored.
That's because little slutty pants got all fucking filthy with the fucking Omies earlier, and he's all worn out because he had to go fucking cheating on us with them dudes.
I've got something for you. Oh, there it is.
That was a lot of buildup, bro. That was a lot of buildup. I expected something better. I thought maybe we could like write something on there. That would be cool. Like, eat a dick.
Chip, cheerio.
Patrick King, I am cooped up inside because it is Armageddon outside. Actually,
Right.
That's a poor choice of words. It is raining and very cold outside here in Adelaide. Yep.
So you haven't been able to get out in the garage at all, huh?
No, I was going to, and I was like, man, I need to park her up. I was like, yeah. So vaping. Do you guys?
Vaping.
You into vaping? Are you into
Are we
vaping?
gonna do buffets?
I
We got
fancy
buffets.
a vape every now and again.
That's my buffet dance. Can I do my buffet dance? Fuck you guys. That's
You have such a
way
great
better.
fucking dance. You get to go first, bub.
Fuck! Should have done the buffet dance.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Is it me? Is it him? Is it me? Is it him? Is it us?
Is it me?
Let's just go like simultaneously and talk real loud so nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. I got the
I got the
Caliban
Kenny
orange
indicator
suit.
with the drop
Then
dead,
I've got
and
this other
it's got the M
I've got a
Turkish maize in
Draco
it because
with
it's
a
really
drop
good.
dead,
And
and
then
it's
for
got
some
a
reason I busted out this weird squonky thing that
I
I
also
got. It's
have
like
another
it's like
Draco
a
with
Coco thing.
that's actually
It's
with
got the axial RDA with
and I've
I
got the
think it's got some
Doppler
Labworks
variable
liquid in there. I
voltage,
can't find it
V
right now because I'm trying to
with,
keep talking
Labworks
because it's
also.
really hard to keep talking. And then I've got the
You guys.
I've got the topside dual with the recoil rebel. That's solid gold right there.
Jeez.
Everyone was just like this with their headphones.
Right? Probably a good idea. I think I was yelling a little bit. Was I yelling a little bit?
A little bit.
Oh man, I was out earlier. We were at like the outdoor mall we got here, and man, it was brisk outside, and this shirt is pretty thin, and my nips were just like, "Pew!"
Where did this go?
And then
That was not the direction I was looking for.
I was really close to this glass window, and my buddy Jared was like, "Hey man, you need to calm the fuck down. You're gonna cut that fucking window with your fucking nips. You need to turn around, bro. Face the street.
Got them tornado nips.
Face the street." Oh man.
So Chuck, did you pull up a LabWorks just then?
I
Is
did.
LabWorks still in the chat?
Yeah, LabWorks. Well, yeah, in that crazy thing that we just did, I couldn't find the bottle, but I don't know what this is, but I know it's LabWorks and I know it's good. So maybe LabWorks can tell me what this is. When I first saw this bottle, I thought it was some sort of weird, like, I don't know, like mutation serum. I thought maybe I'd get like X-ray vision or like giant dong, but it turns out it's just e-liquid. But it's good. It's good e-liquid. No giant dong though. No giant dong.
Paul's big into sci-fi, so I think that term LV, whatever
Is
the
that a
numbers
Star
are,
Trek thing?
might be aliens, might be Kubrick, might be. I'm sure he's
Okay.
going to correct. He's going to
So
correct.
it's like
him,
either
no doubt.
Hal from Kubrick or what is that? What is that guy's name that does all the fucking alien stuff?
Geiger,
Geiger. Yeah, that motherfucker.
H.R. Geiger.
Yeah.
H.R. Geiger.
Yeah.
That's it.
Guy that did
Yeah.
all the
Did you
design.
see the mod that was fashioned after a Geiger? Yeah, did you see that
Yeah,
thing?
there was two different kinds from two different companies. I actually wanted to make one with my buddy because he's super into Geiger's work, and he's also like huge sci-fi fan. He says it's a citrus punch.
It is a citrus punch, and it's very good. Just like everything that I've tried from Paul. Paul is a crazy, batshit lunatic fucking pirate, but he's also kind of a genius when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I mean, there's a trade-off. There's a balance, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
using the Pulse 80 watt with the hermetic on top. Breeze Tones coils inside. Wait.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it is. Breeze Tones coil inside, and then I'm vaping on this stuff, finishing this bottle off of Napa Nectar by California Grown. It's good. It's a good mango. I
Breeze Tones.
feel like there's a little bit of peach in there, but it's a good mango flavor. I still am not sure what Napa Nectar is because Napa
I still think
Valley-
it should be like boxed wine flavor,
right? The space bag, right?
right?
Fucking
Top of the line, fine wine, Carlos Rossi.
yeah. Call it
Chateau
space bag.
cardboard.
You know what Carlos Rossi? Do they have that in Australia? It's real cheap wine, comes in a jug. No, I think it comes in a
It's not-
box now too. But it was popular when I was in high school. And what was funny, it was called $2 Chuck. You know, Carlos Rossi, because it was cheap ass fucking jug of wine. And you get this big old jug of wine. You know, you take some girls, you go up to the top of the fucking Hangman's Hill, and you drink some fucking $2 Chuck.
$2 Chuck.
Little story time.
Yep.
There it is.
I'm not sure that someone who is named Chuck is allowed to say $2 Chuck because.
Is that uncouth? Did I have a snafu?
Yeah. You're worth more than $2, man.
I don't know. That's pushing it. That's really pushing it.
Hey, can I do a bit of self-serving news? Is that okay?
Whatever you want, sweetie.
To celebrate the Amigos coming up this next coming month, which is in not many days. I haven't worked out which week it's going to be yet, but I have sorted out a special Amigos discount for Breezetones coils, which will be running likely to be 1 week out of every month that you will need to watch the show because I will give the discount code in the show. But that will mean for the week, no matter where you are, and that I can ship to you, there will be a little special discount for all y'all. So we need to watch the show, and you can get the discount code if you would like to try my Fully Sick coils. And that's good story.
Yeah,
I love it.
Buy that shit.
I fucking love it.
Also,
and don't forget, there's like a few hours left on Memorial Day. If you want to hit me up for the U.S. special, if you're in the United States, I'm wheeling, I'm dealing, I'm like those assholes do. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Crazy inflatable arm flailing guy. Crazy inflatable arm flailing guy. But yeah, hit me up on IG, hit me up on Messenger, hit me up at breezetonestruck@gmail.com if you want some coils.
And Vape Happy should have Breezetone's coil, Sandvik coils.
Dude, that's so rad. God, that's awesome.
I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, but yeah.
Hey, we can edit this out of the show, but thank you, Malone.
We can't tackle it.
We can't because I
Go right ahead.
we can't because I won't.
What is it you're gonna edit? Do you have
Next
something
one,
provocative?
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, I was just going to edit that bit out that I was saying thank you, to Malone there, but apparently we can't edit that out. Yep.
No, it's like Pandora's box.
Yep.
Open.
So Malone's only got one device. Are you only running one setup?
Yeah, that's it. I was rocking my my diesel and the diesel in the Bigfoot, but yeah, I had I just got vape tongue on that shit because I had Killer Custard in there and I vaped it like almost all weekend and I was like, I can't taste this shit anymore, so I had to switch to this.
Yeah,
I've never tried the Killer Custard. I'm not a big custard guy though.
It's very sweet.
I would suggest that one because it's not very custardy. It's more like vanilla cream.
Oh, it's like pudding.
Yeah, well, kind of, but I would say it's more on the vanilla side and less on
like vanilla pudding,
nutmeg custard type flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
maybe like a frozen custard treat, if you will.
So I hate to bring it up. I hate to. It hurts me to my core. But I mean, would we maybe possibly be seeing a review on that?
On Killer Custard?
No, on Diesel.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
I gotta give you some shit.
I get weird about the video things now. I don't know why.
I know you do.
It's such a fucking. It's just not easy for me to do. Like there's
it's not easy to do.
I have to do a video because I want to do it right. So, and then like my setup in here is not really conducive to a simple just, hey, I'm going to review this thing and then I'm going to edit it real quick and then I'm going to upload it real quick. It doesn't work that way.
I understand. So that leads me to my next question.
I would love to do like I wish I could make like Instagram reviews a thing, like
you can
just do like the down low, right? And just do it live. And then, if anybody has questions while we're
you absolutely can do. You did do that for that owl thing for
well, yeah, for Puff. Yeah, for Puff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what's the difference? Why couldn't you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question. If you're not going to do a review on it, which is fine, and I completely understand. I understand how difficult it is, especially the way that Malone does it, because no disrespect to anybody else, but Malone does things different and fucking cool and fucking not the way that everybody else does it, and that takes a little more effort than, hey, look what I have. Hey, let's go down low. Hey, here's my thoughts. That's not the way that he does shit, and that's why I fucking love what he does, and that's why I fucking am so. And I don't feel bad doing it because it's the way I am, but I push him to fucking do stuff like that because I'm a selfish asshole, and I fucking love watching it, and I'm sure that there's people in the chat. X1 if you fucking love what Malone does because it's fucking amazing. Anyway, so if you're not going to do a review on it, could you maybe tell me a little bit of your thoughts on that RTA, because I'm interested in it. I really am.
Just read comment right now. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it in there.
Oh my god.
So
hold on, I'll be right back. Hold that for 1 second. My family just got home.
Okay. Yeah. So what the fuck do we talk about now?
I'm gonna add to that last part, Malone, that whether you think you can or you can't, you're absolutely right. That was my poignant statement about.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
For that. In the words of Dr. Phil, thank you.
Yeah.
For that.
Man, I come from a place when I say this, and like I've put so much pressure on myself in certain things in life, and I'm saying this out loud to myself as well. Like when you think about it so much, and you have such high expectations of yourself, it makes it hard. So
yeah,
sometimes it's just easier to do something, So
yeah,
you're a creative person, and you need an outlet.
I know, and I don't currently own one. So I do not currently own one since I stopped doing the videos.
I'm back.
I feel like
my kids brought me flowers.
Oh, nice.
They're kind of dead, so I had to smack them around a little bit because they brought me dead flowers. But it's the thought that counts.
The thought that counts. Yeah, like I don't, I'm super anybody that personally knows me, I'm super hard on myself. But here's the other thing too. It's like I like doing the reviews too, and I understand that people do like watching the Vape Malone reviews, right? But I also feel like I don't always do the justice that every product deserves. I feel like Chuck looks really cute right now, and then there's other people out there that do it better than me. So I'm like, well, fuck, man. And I shouldn't look at it as a competition. And I'm not saying that I do. I'm just saying that there is already other people out there that I think that do a great job.
Now listen, that's an absolutely valid point. And hey, I know probably better than a lot of people exactly the way you feel, that it's rough. It's not easy when you feel like you can't put everything that you want to put into it and make it exactly the way you want to make it.
Yeah.
But trust me, that's something that plagued me forever. Like I'm always like, fuck, dude, that's not any good. Like I would try and do all these edits, and it would be not. I don't like anything that I've done, and that's part of the reason why I don't do videos anymore. And I can't blame you for doing the same thing, but I'm just saying I personally think that you have a lot more to give, because I talk to you and I hear your thoughts and I hear your fucking ideas, and they're fucking amazing. You know.
Well, and like Legion said it right now, and that's what I was gonna. Hey Moxley, how's it going? That's exactly what Legion said was exactly what I was gonna say right now. It's like maybe I should just because what I was doing and when I got caught up in the beginning and I got burnt out on it was like I was gonna try to keep up with these guys that have been doing it, forever.
Yeah.
And then it was taking time away from everything else, and all I was doing was videos, and I was like, dude, it's not fun now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If it's not enjoyable, then
yeah. So, and I think maybe if it's just one video a month, that's not too big of a commitment. But I don't know what it is. what it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's
Yeah,
And Legion Vapes, he just said it right there. Like he doesn't like his own reviews. That's how
absolutely.
that's how I feel. I watch it. The only thing that I'll do is like watch it all the way through to make sure
There's
that
no fuck ups.
that there's nothing else that I need to edit or tweak or anything like that, and then I'm done. I don't want to ever fucking see it again. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't want to
Yeah.
see my stupid face,
I'm the exact same way.
voice, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. Like, and then the comments come, and then I want to respond to people because I want to engage at least a little bit, and then I got it a little bit of the clip starts playing before I can pause it, and then I can answer people. But
And Patrick King's correct.
vape more.
My shit's garbage.
can vouch.
Yeah. Thanks, Moxley. I did see your comment that you put on there. I hadn't got a chance to give you a thumbs up yet, but I did see your comment on there, and thank you for watching that. That's definitely one of my favorite videos that we've done so far.
Which one?
Talking about Dr. Glover.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
It's our free bird.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, really
I think,
is.
yeah.
I think so. I think we might have another one, but like
Yeah.
I don't think we're a one-hit wonder, but I think that was definitely our
Well, no, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like the problem is, I find that we are with anybody, not even us. Let's not even talk about us. Let's talk about just in general. When you have something like that is so special, you know what I mean? That was just so good. You tend to look at the other stuff like that's not the right way to do it though, because I mean, honestly, I think that fuck every one of them is fun to watch. It's just that one just happened to be the one that had like some great fucking information. It flew by. It was very engaging. People were able to fucking understand the content, which was heavy content, which is not easy to do, So it's just sometimes shit clicks. But the fact is, I can have a lot more fun watching some of the other ones. I'll be truthful. I mean, I have more fun watching fucking Matt Gully put calipers in his fucking mouth to do a goddamn mouth fucking.
That was fun.
You know what I mean? Shit like that is funny, and it's fun and it's exciting for people to see stuff like that. So I don't diminish anything else that we've done. And dude, I actually sat back and watched the first one with Althea, our first guest. That was a great fucking show. She was amazing.
She was. Agreed.
Like.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. I don't want to downplay it or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like I felt like she had a lot of great information that we really haven't seen, in a lot of other people's videos and our videos, So.
Yeah. Hey, Patrick King, stop trolling the chat, you fucking dickhole.
I just saw that. It was like 150. Hey, we never talked about that. Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm just trying to make some dollars, bro.
That markup, dude.
That side hustle, bro.
That Chuck Van Winkle markup.
Oh,
yeah. It's like 150. Yeah, you get a single coil. Yeah.
Right. One coil
150 pounds. That's
with a splash of Chuck
dollars.
Spencer's.
That's GBP.
150. Yeah, Swiss francs. Swiss francs.
Swiss francs. Only.
That equals 649 Australian dollars.
Right? 1 million Australian dollars.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Per coil.
So did you say that you just didn't want to talk about the RTA at all, or no?
Huh? No, I didn't. We just changed the subject while you were gone.
Okay. Are you down to talk about it a little bit? Because I really am interested in it,
So
and you just don't see anything on it. Well, you don't see anything on it because of the controversy or whatever.
Well,
so I'd like to,
I don't give a fuck about that, man.
Yeah, I know. Neither do I. We're not a fucking group of people that gives a fuck about that kind of stuff.
I'm part of I think I'm a part of Ambition's Vapor group, but I don't ever take part in it.
I don't know. I don't really know.
Go in any of those. The only one I kind of talk in is the Squid Vapor group when I get a chance. I'll go in there and say.
Oh, nice! Hell yeah, dude! It's a great group of people.
I've been part of that group for a long time, and I totally forgot that I was until we had fucking Eric on the show.
No shit. Were
Yeah,
you in that when I was big in that?
I got it when I got my first squid. When I first got
okay.
this at Vape Happy, like a couple years ago,
So right after I left.
we all got added to the group, all the Vape Happy people, because
Yeah.
we were pushing the double barrel super hard.
Exactly.
And yeah, he was like, he added us to the group, and I kind of forgot about it. I did a little bit here and there when I was at Vape Happy, and then I just completely spaced that I was in the group. So it's a really good group.
That's a great group.
Nice people in there.
It's cool. It's cool to be able to talk to Eric like whenever you want.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of figureheads of companies that you can just be like, hey, what's up, man? In their group, like, hey, Eric, what's up with this thing? And he'll answer you, which is cool. And well, I guess that doesn't really matter. But it's been cool that since we've had him on the show, it's been a consistent dialogue. Me and him have been talking a lot again.
Yeah.
And I miss that, man, because we were real close, and we didn't talk for a long time, and I'm real happy to have him back in my life. He's a real positive person, and he's just a good dude. So I'm happy for that.
That should happen.
And that's another thing that the fucking Amigos brought. So about that diesel RTA, let's get controversial, bitch.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna recommend it or not recommend it.
No, of course not.
I just wanted to give I'll just give some high level thoughts on it. It is super fucking heavy. It's heavier than my Bigfoot mod with batteries in it.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's super. It does not feel like it was made in China. I'll tell you that right now, which is weird.
Well, Times Vape has a good track record of pretty solid manufacturing.
Well, yeah,
because that's what they come from is a manufacturing
Dreamer,
background.
Arden, all that stuff with Tenacious, right?
Yeah, can I just ask quickly? So that's a Times Vape project. Is that also with the other reviewer?
Ambitions.
Yes.
Derek.
There seems to be some sort of disconnect. Like he wanted to be on it, but he didn't for some reason. But the sample box that I don't have it right here. It's in the living room, but the sample box that I have has the sticker on the side, 2 stickers that say Ambitions Vapor, and it's his logo.
I believe what happened was the controversy with the deck came about during one of these shows, NVE, or maybe not that far back, maybe the one in Great Britain. What was the last one? Vapor Expo, where it was. I watched Mike's video on it when he went a little aggro, and I'm not much for that kind of dramas, but it's funny to see people like Mike Vapes, who's very very even keel most of the time, and very kind of just doesn't want to deal with that kind of stuff. He was a little upset because the deck is very similar to a deck that he designed that has been used a few times by different people. Whatever. It is what it is. It happens all the time. Go back to the days of the fucking Velocity. That's not even the issue.
Yeah,
I'm
how
more
many
interested.
Dead Rabbit decks have there been since the Dead Rabbit was?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is what it is.
Like, come on. If you make something successful in this industry, you have to know that it will be copied.
Yeah.
If
Absolutely.
not one for one, with just
Big
a little
Debbie.
tweak.
Sorry.
All right.
Big Debbie. Big Debbie. Big fucking Debbie. So anyway.
Yeah. Continue.
I lost it. Oh well, I don't. The RTA. Okay, that's one thing. That's fine. If anybody wants to give Derek shit, it should be for that mech mod, because it's a straight up clone of that Deja Vu mech mod. I mean, that's the one you should give people shit for. I mean, the RTA it's a completely different thing. It's a big giant RTA that just kind of uses the deck. But I mean, so go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me hear about the RTA.
Oh, I was just talking shit about you too.
You're talking shit about you.
I literally thought you were going to go on for at least a couple more minutes.
That's all. I don't want to get too big.
I had
into
started
the
talking. I
drama
was like,
shit. It's
we're
fucking
taking the
stupid.
long road to these high level thoughts here, folks. So I was gonna write. Well, just bear with us a couple more. Chuck
Yeah.
will be done soon.
Yeah, you guys just wake me up. Just wake me up when you're.
I know, right?
Yeah, Stone's still here. He's not frozen.
Lullaby at night, go to sleep, my little baby.
No more cats will be harmed in the making of this video.
Right? Is he seriously strangling chinchillas back there? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Um,
Oh.
so
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you. What are you? What are you doing? What are those
when
crazy noises?
I had a plumber here fixing stuff, and I was just checking things, and yeah.
Since when do plumbers have to skin cats to get your goddamn water to work right?
were there bats?
Well,
in the
someone was
house?
talking. Someone was talking about it in in chat. I was just confirming that my cat is still alive. No big deal.
I see what you were
talking
doing. You
about
were
over
just
the weekend.
expecting me to fucking go on this big stupid rant so you could put your little fucking pithy comments in the fucking chat. Fuck you, pal.
I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly.
Fuck you, pal.
Anyways, we were discussing the reverse Kanga, which is also known as the top deck in Australia, and then here in America, it is referred to as an upper decker. So I don't know why I thought of that, but I thought that might be the issue. If somebody had successfully performed a reverse Kanga and messed up the plumbing.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay, so the diesel. Okay.
Yeah. So let's forget the drama. We'll just talk about the article. Yeah.
Hold up. Oh, hey, Kathy 21 is a noob to the group, and she's from Australia. Well, welcome, Kathy. Thank you.
Good day, Kathy.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was bad. That was bad.
They are indeed, Raven. Yes. They bring all the boys to the yard. So the diesel, what do I think? First of all, it was like heavy as shit. That was the first thing I got straight off the bat. Even when you pull the top off, right? You know, the top cap, which houses the adjustable airflow and the tubes and stuff.
Is it top airflow or bottom airflow?
It's top airflow.
Okay.
It's massive, and it's really heavy, like really heavy.
So it's dual, right?
Yeah, dual coil.
Yep.
The airflow is super smooth and it's quiet, which I like. It's not the quietest, but it is pretty quiet for a top airflow because, you know, with some of those top airflows, and close down the airflow a little bit, you can get a little bit of a whistle sometimes, and that's annoying.
Is it like a Cyclops airflow, or does it have honeycomb, or what is it?
Cyclops, but the airflow in the coils, right? The coil
Do you not have it with you?
is honeycomb. Huh? It's in the living room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm
You're doing David Copperfield shit?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing that. Bye, Moxley. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so yeah, I apologize. You asked me about the thing that I do not have in front of me right now. But
I know. I'm an asshole.
people can look it up if they really give that much of a shit about it. You know what I'm saying? It's only a couple keystrokes away.
But okay, but the fact is there is honeycomb involved, right? Because it does have the recurve dual deck.
That's what I was saying. So like the honeycomb is on the coil airflow. So when it comes in through the Cyclops down the chimney, it goes in and it hits the it's like a little half pipe, right?
Yeah.
Dual coils in there, and then it's honeycomb airflow that hits the coils. So that's where the smoothness comes in.
Okay.
It's not the greatest single airflow flavor in the world, and that's because of the height from the top of the coils to the top of the drip tip. It has a little bit of distance to travel there. Because
that chamber's got to be pretty big. I mean, any top airflow, you're going to have extra space at the top to accommodate that airflow ring.
Not necessarily though, because there's other top airflow RTAs that have come out that are a little bit shorter and provide better flavor. For instance, the intake, it doesn't have, you know, a crazy amount. It's a pretty decent distance, but you get really good flavor off of it regardless.
Or even the Themis that I was
Yeah, the
saying the
Themis,
other
yeah.
night.
Yeah,
Or-
that one
or
was
the
another one.
Themis,
Yeah.
Themis, top
the-
airflow that
the-
has a fairly long chimney, but that's quite condensed. So
I still don't know what the fuck that is.
Digiflavor, yeah.
Oh,
And some people might get thrown off because the tube, right, is PMMA. But if you're a fan of the Gear RTA and you use the bubble tube on the Gear RTA, it's the same shit. So I
tube?
saw
What do you mean
a
the
lot of
tube?
people getting upset.
The glass.
About that, like,
oh, okay.
and
Okay.
stuff.
Sorry.
But I haven't had any issues in my Gear RTA with the plastic barrel,
Mhm.
and it's like literally the same shit. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm okay with it. Like, and I feel like that plastic will be a little bit more durable than glass on that heavy ass RTA.
So obviously, with it being top airflow, it's going to be very leak resistant.
Yeah, I've had zero issues with it. The first time I whipped it, I do what I usually do, and I leave like a little bit of space
At the bottom for
at
it
the
to.
bottom, at the very bottom, so like I'm not, choking off the flow of it.
Yeah.
That was the wrong thing to do.
Flooded.
Yeah, it's
Girdle.
flooded a lot, and
Girdle City.
I got a ton of spit back, and it wouldn't stop. So the second time I wicked it, I just made sure that the cotton, I didn't fluff it. I didn't tease the cotton ends at all to like make it fluffier and all that bullshit. I just stuffed it in there as it was.
Yeah.
And made sure that it just barely touched the bottom of the wicking ports.
Yeah. Okay. Like we talked about, like I said, with the another big RTA that because I have no experience with this one, but I had the Hive, right, the 28, and it just took a lot of cotton, man. You just had to. But I mean, that was a bottom airflow, and I had to stuff it to really keep it from leaking more than anything. But
the dam method.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the dam.
But so, as far as the diesel, I mean, I'm somewhat interested in the diesel, but what I actually am interested in, and I don't know if any of you guys have messed with one or seen one, is the bulk.
Yeah, the bulk RTA. Yeah.
Okay, so the bulk is very interesting to me because of the BTFC deck, right? Which is one of the best decks that's ever really been designed, as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a fucking great design. And I don't know whether there's some controversy about that too. I mean, there's controversy about everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that to use that deck, it obviously had to be a bigger RTA. And I'm not a big RTA fan. I don't like big, goofy fucking fishbowl looking giant things on top of stuff. But with that one, I am interested in it because I'd like to see, because I know the BTFC had great flavor, but they couldn't call it that because it was a top-bottom airflow, which was the name of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Does anybody have any interest in that? Because I'm kind of interested in that.
I would like to try it.
Yeah, but the only other thing about the wicking, isn't that the one where the wick ports
No
are
ring.
open?
No ring.
Yeah, no ring. So that
That's
will
weird,
be interesting for installation. And if you, hypothetically speaking, if you don't get enough wick in there and you leave like a space, is that going to be an issue if you do turn the? I'm sure everyone's talked about this, and I'm just talking out my ass.
Well,
but
yeah,
if you turn,
that's a huge part of what I wanted to talk about was that lack of a ring, because obviously if you know going in that this is going to be something that you have to deal with, you can adjust your cotton in a way that you'll be fine. Obviously, the way that I do RTAs usually is I don't actually wet the cotton. I'll wet the coil and I'll get it primed, but then I'll throw my shit on and then I'll juice it up or whatever. But with that one, I think it's crucial that you wet the cotton all the way down and make sure that you get it put into the area that it needs to be in, and be real careful, because cross threading is going to be an issue with that if you're not paying attention.
yeah. I see all this sort of stuff, and all I can think about is the passage. That's all I can think about.
I know, right?
I just can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm all aboard the fucking passage train, because choo choo, Cully's the man.
Vape Happy's getting those for sure. We already
Oh,
ordered.
are you? Cool.
Yeah, Vape Happy already ordered them. So
Nice. Do you know what the date should be on that?
I
Because I know I talked to Matt today, but he didn't. Well, I didn't ask him about that, but he said it was going to be the beginning of this month, right? For passages to be ready for retail.
But Oh,
The beginning of June.
oh, June. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if it was a mistake, but when Mike did his review, he said the end of June, but I think what he meant to say was probably the end of May.
End of May.
So-
Yeah. That was I watched that, and yeah, there was a little snafu there, but
I don't
yeah,
know. Let's hope it's soon because I want to see what the deal is with this high fast airflow system.
yeah, no, I think it's great because what it really is.
or can I interject?
Please.
Malone, you're not gonna like this, but there's actually a very good review done by Vaping with Vic, and he nails it because of the situation of the airflow being on the interior as opposed to the exterior, and why that works from the internal compression and the flavor that it gives. And I tend to, without having used it, and my amateur intellect, I think he's absolutely right. So having honeycomb on the inside
Okay.
as the final port,
Yeah.
outstanding.
Okay, so here is the Ardent by my friend Stanley, right? So what it kind of is, if I can get this top cap off, where's my fucking Dreamer? God damn it, I can't find it. Okay, so with the Passage, one thing I always said about the Ardent was I really did enjoy the airflow. It's very smooth, it's very good. But the issue with it was when you're closing off the airflow, there's the honeycombs on the outside, right? And then you have an inlet, which I was very like, I gave a lot of praise when I did a little video on this, just because I enjoyed it. But the inlet is the main three airflows, right? And then you got your honeycomb on the outside. With the Passage, it's the opposite. But what's also the main key to this whole thing that makes the Passage, I think, a better kind of configuration would be
the
that
drip tip that it comes with.
no.
Oh.
The antibacterial drip tip.
Yeah.
Shit, get the fuck out of here with that. But it's sectioned off.
It's
So
the
when you
AG
close it down,
drip tip, Chuck. Get it
yeah,
right.
whatever. So when you close it down, you'll actually be closing down into the passages, so that you're going to get actually directed, concentrated airflow to each one of the three passages, as opposed to this, where as you turn it, you're just getting less airflow from the outside, but it just branches out.
But to quote,
Go ahead.
sorry, Kevin.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, to quote Tom Cruise from Top Gun, that means that the Passage and the airflow and the honeycomb is inverted.
Inverted.
That's because I was inverted.
Is that the international hand sign for inverted?
That's no
now.
deal.
ID Voca.
For you to take that explanation, right? Find a new vapor and explain to them that, or just say that same thing that he said to them, and I want to watch the fucking glazed over look in their eyes.
Was it bad? Was it bad? Was it rambling?
Explain that airflow system to them.
Yeah, I know. I get a little excited.
I get it, right? But
yeah, because I figure
it would be funny to do that to.
I know. Well, most of our lovely, beautiful people in chat probably have been vaping well and probably understood what I was saying, right?
I hope.
Hopefully. So. But ID Voca, I did want to say the Reload, the original Reload RTA, is definitely in my top 3 of best RTAs that have ever been made. Unfortunately, the one that I have, I broke off the glass, and I'm just too fucking lazy to get new glass on a fucking $100 RTA because I'm a dumbass. So it just sits.
I never tried that one. So.
Oh, it's great. And it's
I've heard.
At this point, it almost seems like it would be kind of too simple to be fucking revolutionary, but it held up, over time. It's a great design.
Congratulations, Raven.
10 years. Wow. I wish I'd been vaping 10 years. Let me tell you.
Me too.
Yeah. I've got a story back when I used to live in Queensland. We're talking 2014. I saw a dude vaping in the street, and I looked at that with my cigarette hanging out of my mouth and went, "What is that guy doing? What is that guy doing?" And dismissed it.
You know what's funny is there's this guy, right? We were at this barbecue, This had to have been like 2008, I think, somewhere right around there, right?
Yeah.
We were at this family barbecue. He's not my family. He's extended family through my brother's marriage. Okay, but anyways, this guy
So
comes
just a
up to us.
stranger that eats your food.
No, he's related. But he did not contribute anything. That's for sure. Anyways, we're sitting out there in the backyard. Me and my brother were smoking a cigarette. This fool comes up to us and he's like, "Yeah, you guys should really quit doing that and switch to vaping." And we were both like, I don't think that's what he called it. He said use an electronic cigarette. Okay, he didn't say switch to
Vaping was
vaping.
a big word, yeah, back
You guys should use, one of those new electronic cigarettes they're coming out with. And we were like, what the fuck are you talking about, buddy? Like, and he was like, yeah, there are these new things that are electronic cigarettes. And he's like, I'm ordering a bunch from China and I'm going to start selling them, man. I'm going to open up my own shop. And we both, and then the guy, he walked away. Me and my brother looked at each other and we were like, that guy's full of shit.
And today he's the owner of Vapor DNA.
Yeah, we had. I had no idea. Right. My brother's not married to that lady anymore, so I have no idea. But man, what if he has like one of the most like longest standing successful vape shops in California? I don't know.
Right?
I have no clue.
Yeah. And what's funny is
that dude's name, but he was like, and
Tony B. Like, his name is Tony B.
right? We were both like, bro, you're
gonna remember that hat.
We're like, this guy is on some good shit right now, dude. Like, he's talking about electronic cigarettes and shit. We're like,
I know, right?
What?
This motherfucker thinks he's on Star Trek. Fuck you, smoke, man. Smoke a cigarette, you fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
You need to get off those analog things and start the digital.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was funny too, because like a couple years later, I remember we started seeing like people using those the e-cigars, right? Those giant ones that were like
the chunky motherfuckers.
Yeah, they were like they were like the Cigalikes, but they were just huge. And I've
never heard that.
Yeah.
Dude, the E-Cubans?
Yeah.
No.
The E-Cubans. That
was the thing, dude. Yeah, that was the thing. Actually, I had one of those because, I mean, as most people know by now, I started my whole thing with Cigalikes, and I used them for a long time, like almost 2 years. And so I went through all the different ones: the Mark 10, the blue, the fucking the this, the that. And I saw one of those, but it wasn't like a good one. It was like at like a head shop, like not even like a vape head shop, like a straight up like I'll buy some porno in a fucking hookah head shop. And it was just like a big giant, looked like a cigar, but it was basically just a blue e-cig inside of it. There was nothing like more like powerful or like more nicotine or anything like that. It was just a rip off, and I got screwed. So there's that. Now I'm upset. I didn't realize that the end of that story was going to take me to a dark place, but now I'm there. Thanks, Malone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I just think back on that moment, and I was just like, dude, I could have been Vape Malone way earlier, dude, if I would have just listened to that crazy guy at the fucking barbecue.
Yep.
Porno and a hookah. It's a great combination, just like Kumbaya fuck.
I thought I was so smart too. I was like, dude, I was like looking at my cigarette while he's talking to, like, bro, this shit ain't ever going away, dog. I don't care what you call it.
They've been smoking these for 3,000 years, bitch.
Yeah,
I got Marlboro
thing for thousands of years. Like, it ain't going away, bro.
Addy Tooney, my brother, thank you for coming in. And hey, everybody, I know that we didn't do a real good job of promoting last week. It was kind of an impromptu thing. But I want everybody that's watching now that might watch this later, go watch last week's episode too, because Addy Tooney was on, and he's an awesome dude. He does a lot of great shit for the community.
Yep.
And he's a very interesting guy to talk to. So go watch that last episode. It's worth your time. You can probably cut it out though as soon as Addy leaves, because then it's me and Breeze Tones, and that shit's garbage. Like, that shit's straight up fucking doo-doo butter. So don't do
rude. I'm right here.
Oh, well, I mean, it was mostly me though.
But wait, no, yeah. So rude.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You too.
So yeah.
So there is something that I would like to bring up, if you don't mind. It was something that I brought up in a video the other day. So I did so after me and Vandal did our thing with the I did a video the next day. I was frustrated and I regret it, but I'm not going to take it down because that's not something that I do. I own my mistakes, and I should not have been as standoffish and basically mean to people that tried to hit me up for help. I put myself in that position by saying that, hey, Desire Designs is shitbags. They make fucking garbage. That's gonna explode on your desk. By me saying that, I invited people to ask me questions, and when they did, I reacted in a way that was not okay. And I want to sincerely apologize to anybody I was rude to. But that also brings me to what I did the next day. The fact is, that video of me being an asshole garnered way more attention than any of the videos talking about the root of the problem, which was Desire Designs fucking over our friend, Steve. Okay, which now they've taken it down. Now they've taken down all the stuff they've stolen. It is what it is. It's over. I'm not getting into it, but it's something that I think about when in every post that I make. Is this worth it for me to fucking put my time into this if all people want is for me to be that crazy asshole? I don't want to be that crazy asshole, but I am that person, right? These guys know that, right? I mean, I am that person. But I'm also fucking little. But I'm also this person, you know?
Yep.
And it is what it is. But it kind of upset me that got more play than trying to help out somebody that's fucking amazing in this community, who was Legion Vapes, who does nothing but fucking awesome videos, beautiful videos, and is trying to do something different, just like Kevin, just like Malone. He does something that's different, and he deserves some recognition for that, and he doesn't deserve to have his shit stolen by a shitbag company that doesn't give a fuck.
Chuck, I think
I just wanted to apologize and then go on a rant.
Yeah.
And Chuck,
people like you, Chuck, we've said this to you as well, like people like you with such intensity, and you say things in a way that I could never say things. So I don't even know where I'm going with this, but it needs to be said and it needs to be done, and not being that person to fall on the sword or all that whole situation, like that's why people like you are very, very important. And I wish I could also say things without mincing my words, because I'm far too paranoid about my own stupid personality to hurt people.
Yeah, well, and it would be, I don't know, it would behoove me to every now and then maybe take it down a notch. But the fact is, like you just said, I kind of feel that it's necessary, because nobody's willing to fucking be the asshole, it seems like. And sometimes it's fucking warranted. Me being people looking for help, that's not warranted. But me being a fucking dickhead to these fucking cunts that fucked over my friend, that is warranted. And I'll do that every fucking day. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. Can't really be put into words, the thanks for, Chuck going to bat for you, dude. He don't give a fuck. I'm saying. Go to bat for what he believes in, dude.
I kind of do.
What more could you ask at? Just because, you're fucking going at an 11, while most people, dip a toe going at 5, you know what I mean? Like, you go straight to 11. I
know. I just feel like maybe sometimes it's too much.
Well,
yeah, but you also say sorry, because most people who do that don't say sorry for their actions.
That's debatable, That's debatable.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
But the fact remains that you see an injustice being done to somebody that you call a friend, you act on it and you say something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and that's not something I'll ever stop doing.
Yeah. Well, there's a special place in hell and heaven for a place for that.
That is the best fucking goddamn thing I've ever heard. It's so right.
This special
God, I love
place of
that.
hell. Yeah.
And
Can
This-
we change the
special
name
hell.
of this video to A Special Place in Hell and Heaven for fucking North Carolina Boy?
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that the Memorial Day show is that though. You know?
Yeah, I know, right?
I would like
Hi,
to
my
change
name
it,
is.
but-
Yeah, you'll be at the door like, "Hi, my name is Chuck Allen. I'm here to because my life is finished." And they're like, "Oh, are you in the right place?" Yeah, my name's down. My name's down on both doors.
Yeah. I'm gonna go wherever the fuck I want. Try and stop me.
Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
where do I? You guys let me know. Do I just spend half my time in one and half in the other? Or?
and I also, I was giving Patrick some shit, but Patrick King, I appreciate that. Patrick King's been a guy that's been with me for goddamn forever. He's a real good guy, and he's done a lot to help me, and I appreciate him. He's a good guy, man.
Memorial Day. That's it.
Memorial Day.
That's it.
God damn it.
Yep. So I definitely think that.
Esparna Barata Berskito. I don't know it. I tried. What is it? Spectoramo Panty Party.
Oh,
Quidditch.
Patronus Drunkus.
Titties. Titties.
Sparto Pectoris.
Oh, and you know what? There's also another thing. There was a second half of that
Gerard
video.
Butler.
But I'd like to get your guys' opinion actually on the second half of that video, where I talked about the petition. Did you guys watch that video that I made?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
don't
did.
know if I saw it.
Because
Okay.
I was one of those people that shared it. I got that email and I shared it, and I consequently took it down because it was my inability to understand the information that was passed in that. So
Okay. And you know
Yep.
what? I think in the back of my mind, I knew that I saw that you did that, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because I don't want people to feel like I'm telling you that you're not in tune to what's going on, or you're whatever, just because you shared that. That's fine. What I'm saying is that the people who I know who it is that started that petition, I know the person, as a matter of fact, and that decided that at the end of that petition would proclaim victory over SB 38 is mind fucking blowing to me. It's incomprehensible. And Adam, I guarantee that you know why now. Could you explain why that's incomprehensible?
well, because of the fact that it's just in sorry, how do I word this? It's basically just being pushed back.
Exactly.
And, yeah. I think it was like when I saw your video, and then I went through to have a look myself, and then I saw the post that Stefan made about that particular thing, and he'd done a post like a couple of weeks previous to that, which I didn't read correctly, because it is, advocacy or being an activist in this sort of situation. Like we just grab, I cherry picked. I openly admit it, when I post stuff, because you see information.
You have to.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a case of like, how fast can we get this to, to other people and all that sort of thing. So I openly admit that, I cherry pick, and I made a mistake as well, not seeing the specifics of what that whole situation was. And of course, not being in California and not having a, 100% grasp on what's going on there. But
and that's another thing. Like I want to make it clear that people that are not as deeply ingrained into what is happening, I mean, don't feel like you got duped or anything by sensationalistic headlines, because that's the goal of, and I have to, because it's just who I am. These petitions are just placating people into thinking they're doing something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a fact.
They don't do shit, dude. I mean, it's cool, right?
Thank you.
Cool. It's cool to pass.
Don't make me be the only one on the goddamn hill.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey, you know what? Here's a fun thing. Fill out a piece of paper, right? say that you know, if you get 500 people to fill it out, you're going to get $200. Have everybody fill it out. See what happens.
Exactly.
Guess what ain't gonna happen? You're gonna get no $100.
Yeah.
Where do I put my PayPal link?
Hey, bro, PayPal's for fucking old people. Didn't you hear? Vandal thinks we're douchebags for having PayPal.
Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Petitions are cool because they can be like, okay, well, this is enough people are showing an interest in this, so it can gauge, right, the interest level of people that are backing this, whatever the petition says.
Yeah.
But it's not actually going to do anything.
Exactly. And see, that's the point that I want to drive home, is that I'm not anti-petition. Petition is a very decent, it's not great, it's not good, it's decent. It's a decent way to get people all to look at an issue. You understand? If they're going to take the time to sign a petition, they might take a look at what it involves.
Right.
Legion. Yeah.
Maybe, possibly, right? So that in itself is a net positive.
Yeah.
Okay. But the problem with petitions is that once someone signs that petition, regardless of what it's about, but especially in vape shit, what they're doing is they're thinking, hey, I did something.
Yeah.
I was part of the fucking solution.
You know how
you fucking weren't.
You know how I learned this? Because I was guilty of the same exact shit. Because like early on, you know, like years ago, I signed this petition and I was like, man, I really did something today. This is my good deed.
Exactly. And
you know
that's what it's supposed to do. It's to give you that warm fuzzies.
And it didn't do shit. That petition didn't do anything. But, you know, I feel like there has to be a better way of like facilitating that whole
Legion just said it correct, and that's what I just tried to say, but I probably said it in a meaner way. But no, I completely understand. But see, the problem is you and I understand that is the plan, is to get the idea in someone's head by using this petition. But the problem is the general person signing that petition thinks that they have accomplished something.
Right.
There's no accomplishment in a petition. There's nothing being accomplished. It's to, in my opinion, it's to get information out to people that may not get it. Okay. And it's to just put the idea out there. Exactly. The signing petition isn't supposed to make you feel good. It should make you feel motivated and angry so you get active. But the problem is it doesn't. The problem is it gives people a false sense of fucking accomplishment that they did something.
Yeah.
And they haven't.
So I've got a question. You know, we always hear about that. I mean, that's a very public, you know, situation of people doing something active, you know, or perception. You know, that's a language issue. That's a very public thing, is a petition. You always hear about, you know, people behind the scenes and like things going on behind the scenes, and particularly like I just put that to Australia, you know, like we had a rally and then we have, you know, like Aussie Vape Day coming up and like all amazing things, you know, but then the reality is you'll talk to people in the industry and they say, oh, there's things going on behind the scenes. Like
so many things.
Well, but exactly, like you know, is it a situation of that needs to be communicated to the general public? Like,
I don't know.
That there is things going on. Is it not important? Is it, you know, because sometimes, yeah, well, exactly, because when you feel like one feels like, and maybe this is just me, but you feel like, you know, there's nothing, and then there's one thing, and then 3 months later there's one thing.
It's a feeling of despair and inability to actually be a facilitator of change. Yeah. And I understand that. And the fact is that I also understand that there is a lot of stuff happening that your average Insta advocate doesn't understand, and that's fine. They don't necessarily have to understand. But my problem is that the people in the industry don't understand. Yeah. Or they choose not to understand because it's not anything that's going to put their fucking line in the black, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem that I think that we face, is that people are not, there's so many people, you know, on Instagram, on fucking Twitter, on fucking Facebook, on all the social media that are just they're genuinely trying. They're genuinely putting their fucking soul into like, I believe in this. I believe in vaping as smoking cessation. I believe in it. But the problem is, it's not the avenue to create real change. It's not.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I learned. So it's like I could take, I could cherry pick a million posts and and repost them. It's like, and that stuff needs to be done. I'm not dismissing it, right? It's just
No, not at all.
it's showing up to those hearings and shit like that, like and
Yeah.
that's really what's important. And we've discussed this before. We know it's not possible for everybody because they purposely have those while people are at work, and
they make it as hard as they can.
they do.
Yep.
And we all know that. But there's some people that can make it, and those that should, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we should still be spreading the word. I don't think that the Instagram or Facebook advocacy doesn't do anything, because it at the very core of it, it'll motivate people to at least try. Right?
That's the thing, man. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm sitting here saying that, like, no, you shouldn't be reposting stuff on Instagram. You shouldn't be fucking coming up with your own. God, dude. I mean, I'm a huge fucking proponent of come up with something original. Put yourself out there, dude. That's the only reason why anybody knows who I am. Straight up. That's the only reason why anybody knows what the fuck NorCal Sick Boy is because I fucking put myself out there and I said whatever I thought was the right thing, with as much research as I could put behind it, but I was willing to fucking just like put something out there. Like, I have nothing against anybody doing that stuff. And that's what gets twisted a lot in the shit that I say. Like I just said, I'm not telling people not to do that, man. I'm telling people, yeah, do that, but do the other stuff too. Show up. Show the fuck up, man.
Yeah, make your actual voice heard.
Yeah, man, it's and it's not easy, man. I swear to God, I've been to some of these flavor ban hearings, and I stood up at that podium, and as much as you may, I don't know what people think about me, and they see me fucking going crazy and ranting on these shows or whatever, but standing on that fucking podium talking to a whole bunch of motherfuckers that run the city that you're in, it's a different ball game. And I'm a fucking stuttering, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say, motherfucker, and I have severe anxiety in a situation like that. All right, severe fucking anxiety, but I did my best, which wasn't that great. But luckily for me, most of the time I had Stefan Diddick right behind me to close the show like a goddamn fucking champion, spouting off fucking stats and goddamn this and that. And he's amazing. But it's hard to do, and I commend like Colin and fucking Joey from Prohibition Juice Co. Those guys, they got up there and they fucking put themselves out there. And I know Colin. He said it in his post. He was very apprehensive about standing up and doing it, but he did it, and that's what it takes.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's unless you have anything to add, Breestones, that's probably a good place to end.
The only thing I want to add is I want sympathy for everyone because now I need to go to the dentist.
Oh God, yeah, dude, he's going to the dentist, bro. Oh, it's the worst.
I was actually.
I love you, baby. I was
actually debating on what I'm gonna do, like to fix my old grill here. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I was like, man, should I get some of those silver stunners, like
just shot the pot out,
breeze or what, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what the fuck?
Dude. Get some grills. No, you don't want what I've got because it's very uncomfortable.
Oh well.
Yeah, but
unless you. Thank you for that. Maybe I'll
unless they're permanent.
I'll just go. Yeah, well, they're gonna be. So
implants.
Yeah. That shit's jacked.
Well, I don't know. I don't have the money for that. So, but
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Well, everybody wish Breestones good luck, bon chance.
Yeah.
And everybody else have a great Memorial Day, and I hope you have spent it with your families. And thank you for spending some of it with us. Love you all. Peace.